The Secretary General reiterated his call for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire. In plain terms, that means humanitarian workers need to be able to get the aid in, and they need to be able to distribute it safely. For nearly 2 weeks, Mr. Guterres said, the people of Gaza have gone. Hold on one sec. The people of Gaza have gone without any shipments of fuel, food, water, medicine, and other essentials. All these things are needed at scale and in a sustainable manner. The Secretary General said that throughout its actions and its openness, Egypt is showing how it is a pillar of multilateral cooperation and a linchpin in helping to defuse tensions and ease colossal human pain and suffering. He added that we know that the longer this goes on, the greater the risk of the violence spilling over. In Gaza, the number of people internally displaced is estimated at about 1 million, including about 353,000 people staying in UN Relief and Works Agency schools in central and southern Gaza. They're living in increasingly dire conditions. For the 9th consecutive day, Gaza is under a full electricity blackout. Hospitals are on the brink of collapse. They're operating at a bare minimum capacity and are struggling to keep emergency rooms operational and are suspending some surgeries, working in darkness and limiting elevator usage. The World Health Organization has documented 59 attacks on healthcare personnel and assets, with 16 healthcare workers killed and more than 24 others injured. 26 healthcare facilities have been damaged, as well as 23 ambulances. Water production from municipal groundwater sources is at less than 5% of the level prior to the latest crisis. The lack of fuel, insecurity, and road damage have brought water trucking operations to a halt in most areas. Our partners estimate that the average water consumption from all sources and for all needs has dropped to 3 liters per day per person. According to the World Health Organization, between 50 and 100 liters of water per person per day are needed to ensure that most basic needs are met and fewer health concerns arise. Despite immense challenges, the World Food Program has been providing food and cash assistance each day for a total of 522,000 Palestinians since the start of the crisis. WFP says that commercial stocks of essential food commodities are running low. At the shop level, stocks will only last for a few days more. Retailers can't restock from wholesalers due to widespread destruction and insecurity. This morning, Katrina Lang, the special representative of the Secretary General and head of the UN Assistance Mission in Somalia, briefed the Security Council on the situation in Somalia. She noted that conflicts in Somalia continue to take a heavy toll on civilians. Ms. Lang pointed out that last year we saw the largest increase in civilian casualties since 2017, and sadly, early data indicate a similar trend in 2023, with 1,289 civilian casualties recorded so far. She said that this is partly attributable to al-Shabaab attacks, but also the conflict in Las Kanud. Ms. Lang said that the humanitarian crisis in Somalia remains deeply concerning, with close to 4 million people continuing to be food insecure and in need of assistance. She stressed that it is essential that we scale up programs that tackle the underlying drivers of the humanitarian crisis and integrate a humanitarian response with longer-term climate adaptation. Her full remarks have been shared with you. The Special Envoy of the Secretary General for Yemen, Hans Grunberg, concluded a visit to Riyadh today where he met senior Yemeni, regional, and international officials and diplomats. Discussions focused on next steps to facilitate an agreement on measures to improve living conditions in Yemen, a nationwide ceasefire, and an inclusive intra-Yemeni political process under UN auspices. In his meeting with the president of the Yemeni Presidential Leadership Council, Rashad al-Alimi, Mr. Grunberg stressed that Yemen is going through a critical juncture that still has the potential of bringing Yemenis closer to the just peace they aspire to. The Special Envoy also held meetings with the Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council, Jassim al-Badawi, and with the Saudi Ambassador to Yemen, Mohammed al-Jaber, as well as the P5 ambassadors to Yemen. And in the Central African Republic, our peacekeeping mission, MONUSCA, tells us they've launched